Alright guys, welcome back to Hyrule Warriors. Last time we met in Hyrule Warriors, we just met Lana and helped her defend the forest from the monsters in there, but now she's actually taking us to one of the big villains of this game, Sia. We're about to learn more about who she is and what her deal is in the next chapter, taking place in the Valley of Seers. No, not the Valley of Sears, the retail store. It's like Valley of Sears, like Seers. RS. I don't know why I said R's. I'm tired.
Lana had been fighting Sia's army since it arrived.
Yeah, so Sia's army, so Sia came out of nowhere, started summoning monsters from different eras. We learned all about this technically last part with like the little narration that explained the sources of the woods, where the Demon King Ganon possessed Sia and basically caused all of the events of the game to happen so far. That is exactly what's going on here.
Zelda's leadership. Only one solution remained: stem the tide of monsters by closing the Gate of Souls.
Yeah, so she uses a thing called the Gate of Souls. So yeah, this whole thing is about gathering the Triforce so that Sia can rule the world essentially. But the real thing is that Sia wants Link. And Ganon is using Sia's thing. Oh yeah, this is how to look at the sculpture is what you need. So find his main body before the allied base ends up in danger. By the way, I love the soundtrack for the game. I already mentioned that, but I really love like the Eclipse of themes. Like there's like a few called Eclipse of the Moon, Eclipse of the World. But this one, Eclipse of the Sun, I really like. I like this theme so much, because I just like this kind of epic theme with like the rock, with like the guitar in the background. You don't really hear the guitar until you're entering keeps and stuff, which is one thing about the soundtrack I didn't really mention. I mentioned that Solidus Cave, or the Elden Caves' main theme, did do this, where the theme changed when you entered the Crystal Cave area, but actually there is a bit of a difference in the soundtrack when you're taking keeps or in Focus Spirit mode. Like, the soundtrack gets, like, more ramped up to match what state you're in. And there's also a version of the song when it's paused, which is just more, like, toned down a little. Yeah, like, this is what I mean, though. I like this guitar in the background. Oh, yeah, so Impa doesn't trust Sheik because no shit. Oh, yeah, so this is also where we learn about BMOs. BMOs attack in a very straight line, and if they hit you, you're going to be like stunned and flying into the air. But they're really easy to defeat. Just use some bombs to do that, or you can do what I did and just hit them in the back. They do die after a while, but yeah. Also, I think okay, I'm gonna be frank here. I am playing this game, like, during my free time a lot now, thanks to this Let's Play, I guess. And so some characters' levels are gonna be significantly different. Like, I can tell you this now, Link's gonna be level 80 next session. So I'm gonna apologize. I mean, if you are expecting every character to be exactly the same in their levels throughout this entire Let's Play, no, that is not gonna happen. So yeah, there were maybe times where, like, one session, there's gonna be one part where Link's like level 81, and then like the next section he's probably gonna be like level 85, and there's just no add up between that. That is because I played a lot off screen, and, you know, because I actually been dabbling in adventure mode a lot lately, you know, playing around trying to get that done. I actually did a lot of the first map already. Like, I already got all the major weapons. Out of the first adventure mode map, and I actually started playing around in the Great Seas map. There's a lot of adventure mode maps. I guess I should get into, like, what adventure mode is, because really there's nothing really important to talk about right now on screen. So adventure mode is essentially a grid-based mode where so you're going to be going through a recreation of the map of the first Legend of Zelda game, depending on what map you're in. So, like, if you're in the Twilight Princess map, a lot of it's going to reference Twilight Princess's Hyrule Field. Like, it's going to have, like, an 8-bit version of the Twilight Princess Hyrule Field theme, or something like that. But I'm going to use the base adventure mode. So all of the grids are battles that you have to participate in order to progress. And when you complete a battle, depending on your performance, you will unlock the grid directly next to, directly adjacent to them. When you do this, and then you'll be able to progress throughout the entire map. In adventure mode, you are able to find heart containers, gold sculptulas, and weapons, and even unlock characters and costumes. There's a lot to unlock in adventure mode. The bulk of your playtime in Hyrule Warriors will be in adventure mode, and there is nothing to do about that. Oh, I guess I should get into how Lana plays. I like Lana, as I mentioned that last part. I really do like how Lana plays. Her Sorcerer Tome is very weird, but once you get to the groove of it, it's actually really simple. So Lana's tome, she can summon those little block things that you see right here, and if you press the default attack button when you're near a set of them, Lana will do like a supercharged attack that will cause the thing to blow up and destroy enemies near them. I didn't know that my first like 30 hours playing this game, because I never thought to do that. But Lana is a very interesting character with her Sorcerer's Tome. And I'm actually using her second level version of it, not her default level, which is perfectly fine, honestly. It doesn't matter. So yeah, but back to adventure mode. Adventure mode, that also, you will spend a lot of your time in adventure mode, but adventure mode also has like item cards, where in adventure mode, where you have to use them to unlock the rewards in the first place. So like, when you go to a map, you'll see like a question mark saying like next to the reward, and it would be limited to that character. So say, for example, Link had a heart container in, here's an example of what I meant earlier, by the way. Say Link had a heart container in a map. Well, it may have a question mark next to it. That means that that item is hidden, and I need to use an item card to reveal it. Now, depending on the map, you have different item cards. Like, there's bombs, the compass, and stuff like that. And they all do different stuff. It is much easier to, like, just play adventure mode, and then you'll understand. But adventure mode requires a lot of grinding in order to be effective, because the battles vary in difficulty, because they're all different types of battles. There's like kill all the enemy, there's take all the forts, kill all the enemy commanders, kill as many enemies you can. There's a lot to do in adventure mode, and you need to be ready for it, because there are maps where you're limited to a certain character, or you're limited to a certain, or you're sort of limited to a certain character because of different reasons. Oh, I'm actually using the command function to have Sheik stay by the allied base, just in case. Yeah, I'm also having an awkward time, because this map, you can't really zoom in like in Fire Emblem Warriors. In all honesty, the command function is such an afterthought for Hyrule Warriors, it's not even funny. They certainly did not anticipate anybody using the command function in this game, which is why it feels so bare bones. Like, you don't even have to specifically tell like Link or to defeat the enemy. It'll just say go to this enemy, and then Link will just kind of do it himself anyway. And then, but adventure mode again is a lot easier to explain if you're actually playing it. Like, there is a lot to take into consideration with adventure mode. But, like, you can be limited to characters for different reasons. Like, the map outright limits you to that character, or you have to play that map as the character to unlock their heart container / weapon and stuff like that, because it appears in a chest at the end of the map, and only that character can open it. Sometimes, though, the multiple playable characters thing sort of helps circumvent that. So, like, say, for example, you're stuck with a character you don't like because you want their heart container. Well, you can just put that character in your first slot and then play as somebody else the whole time. That's what I typically do with characters I don't like. Like, sometimes it limited me to playing as Agatha. Well, luckily I could just say, oh, well, I don't like playing as Agatha, so I'm gonna play as Link. So I'm going to put Agatha in the challenge, but I'm going to play as Link the whole time. 1, Link is a higher level warrior, and 2, Link is overall just a better character. I don't like I can be frank here. I don't like playing as Agatha. Yeah, spoiler alert, Agatha's in this game. Who's Agatha? Twilight Princess is your answer. But again, though, in terms of showing off the characters, I am not going to promise that I'll show off all of their combos. God, no. I am not going to remember which combos I have shown off and what combos I have not. But I will be doing my best to show off their weapons. So, in Legend Mode specifically, Link has a lot of weapons. I am not going to be using all of them. I'm going to be mainly probably sticking with the Hylian Sword. Maybe Hylian Sword and the Fire Rod, and most likely I would probably use the Spinner. But you know, the gauntlets and stuff like that I probably won't use in this mode. I'll try my best to show them off when I can, but again, no promises. Same for Lana. Lana has 3 weapons. She has the Deku Spear and the Summoning Gate as well. I will probably use them all because, yeah, why not? Because it's only 3. Same for Zelda, too. Zelda has 3. She has the Dominion Rod and the baton. Ganondorf has 2 weapons, and I will definitely be using both of them. I know that for a fact. I haven't gotten to playing as Ganondorf yet. Spoiler alert, you play as Ganondorf in this game. I think that's another thing I think Hyrule Warriors does a little better with in terms of what Fire Emblem Warriors 1 did. I can actually play as characters I really wanted to play as, which is like villains. You know, I know Fire Emblem is about playing as the heroes and all that kind of stuff, but I would have liked to play as like Valadar or Garneth or Iako. Hell, even Darius. But no, we were limited to just the heroes of the game. I would have been really liked like a villains campaign, but no, that's fine. Then again, in Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, you don't really play as the villains either. I mean, unless you want to count Scarlet Blaze as a villain run, then go ahead. And She's as a character is technically from Shambhala, so I guess if you want to count that, then go ahead. But then again, She's as a character is just more of a hero type than anything. I mean, Arval technically is a villain, I guess, but I'm getting into spoilers, so I should probably shut up. That doesn't really matter. It's a Warriors game. It's all predictable in the end anyway. Oh, by the way, this is another instance where we got an item in this battle, but I already have all of the necessary. I already have the item. It's the boomerang. So yeah, you have to use the boomerang to cut down those vine walls. But I already have the boomerang because I've played this game before. I think this is where you get it. Oh, and by the way, with that bridge mission, if you fail it, Sia just lowers the bridge for you anyway. I don't know why, she just does. I guess as a means to say, hey, get the fuck on with it. I like the fact that the boomerang tried to chase me the whole time, by the way. By the way, I think they added new portraits for almost every character, because I've noticed some new portraits I've never seen before in the Wii U version. They might be in the 3DS version, but I don't remember the 3DS version enough to care. I only did a playthrough of the 3DS version because I wanted to try out the Wind Waker stuff when it first came out, and then Definitive Edition came out, and I was just like, well, that was a waste of my goddamn time. But then again, it took like a few years for Definitive Edition to come out. Oh, now I can finally play as Impa, who's been in danger this entire time, and I want to mention that if any playable character dies in this game, it's over. And I mean in terms of like your selectable characters. Like if Zelda is in the map but she's not playable, she can run away as long as she's not like the defeat condition. And they also brought Dark Nuts back, which actually are really fun to fight in this game. It's actually kind of funny, though, because they can just randomly get stunned. Like, they could just, you know, just start getting stunned for some reason, and I don't know what causes it. I think it just happens, which is funny, but yeah. Yeah, but like, look at Link's level right now. He's level 74, but I can tell you right now, he's level 80. He's level 80 in my, in the rest of the he's going to be, like, level 80 and above for the rest of this playthrough. I think Impa is up a few levels, too. Because I'm doing a lot of grinding right now to get characters up to a decent level so I can start doing more adventure mode maps. Because once I finish up the Great Sea map, I'm going to head to Master Quest map, I believe. I'm going to take all the adventure mode maps on in order, meaning that some playable characters aren't going to be unlocked until way later, but that's perfectly fine to me. Yeah, there are a few playable characters I haven't unlocked, and I can tell you this now, I have not really played as all of the playable characters because of different... Well, one, I do have them all unlocked in the Wii U version, but the reason I haven't played as them all is because, you know, once the Wii U version had all the DLC, the Switch was announced, and I knew for a fact that Hyrule Warriors was going to be coming to the Switch, because why wouldn't it? It was probably one of the better selling games on the Wii U than I thought. In fact, I could... You know what? Where's my phone? It is over there. Damn. Well, it is time to Google this shit, because I am very curious. It is probably going to click and clack, but I do not care. Hyrule Warriors. Wii U sales. Hyrule Warriors is Wii U sales. Let's see here. According to the VG charts website, I'm assuming this could be wrong, but it looks like its total sales was 1.26 total, which I'm not gonna say is good, I guess. I wouldn't say it's bad, though. 1.26 million is not a lot by today's standards, I guess. But I could be wrong. What is Definitive Edition at? So it's... Yeah, hold on. Let me look up Hyrule... Let me look up Definitive Edition. Oh, by the way, we're meeting Sia. Same website. You know, just so we have my sources right. I believe in having good sources. Sales history is currently under construction. Oh, fuck off. Alright, fine. Let's go to Wikipedia. Let's go to Wikipedia. Or Wikipedia. Wikipedia. Hyrule Warriors Wikipedia. Let's see here. Wikipedia is always accurate, kids. By the way, what the hell is with Sia's design? Who designed Sia? Hyrule Warriors was more success. So this is in the sales edition of Wikipedia. The game sold over 69,000 copies, or 50% of its shipment, on the first week of its release in Japan. However, Hyrule Warriors was more successful in the West, selling 190,000 units in its first weekend in America. The overseas success of the title surprised Koei Tecmo since it had sold beyond their expectations. And then, yeah. And then in 2015... the game reached 1 million copies. And in October of 2018, the Nintendo Switch support sold more than expected outside of Japan, despite not revealing sales figures. So we don't know the sales figure for America for the Definitive Edition, which is kind of weird. You usually find that shit out like within months, but that's perfectly fine, I guess. Sorry about all the keyboard clacking and clicking. I just was really curious, but yeah. So this is our next major boss, Manhandla. I know what I said. So Manhandla uses... You have to use the boomerang as its weakness. Again, you got the item in the... You started the mission getting the item for the boss's weakness. It's kind of like standard Zelda dungeon crawling, I guess. You get the item that you need to use for the weakness of the big boss at the end, I guess. That's pretty cool and all, but at the same time, very, very boring. But, what can you do? Then again, it would be kind of bullshit that they throw a giant boss at you without giving you the weakness. So I kind of get it, but yeah. Ooh, I barely dodged that. Alright, so now we have Manhandla stocks. So now we have to find the real Manhandla. And this is the mission for the Gold Skulltula. I don't know why it bothers putting the question marks to disguise Manhandla, I guess for spoilers. But the thing is that in order to unlock the hard mode Gold Skulltulas, you have to beat Legend mode once. Meaning that you should already know what happens in the missions. I mean, it's possible you forgot, but again, like, I knew that it was find all the main body of Manhandla before the Allied base gets in danger, which that didn't even get close to happening. Because usually the game would prompt me saying, hey, the Allied base is in danger, dumbass, you better save it. By the way, if you're wondering what the Allied base is, that is essentially your home base. If that base falls, it's game over, so do not let that happen. Same thing if, like, a character has a flag over their icon, that means that that character is important, and if they die, it's game over. Do not let that happen. You know, the best thing I can say is just keep an eye on where the character... Just keep an eye on that character. Oh, I missed it. Oh, I didn't do this side quest, did I? Ooh. I think I prioritized Manhandla. Yeah, but there's a side mission here where you can capture the Ruined Summit. I don't know, I don't remember what it does, but I'm pretty sure the dialogue did, but I was too busy paying attention to what was going on screen, sort of. I was talking about Manhandla. Every time I say Manhandla, I feel like I feel like someone's going to take that out of context and use that. Probably me, considering that I use out of context quotes to advertise. I like this remix, though, of the boss theme from not Hyrule Warriors, Ocarina of Time. What the hell was that? I forget what button to press? Yeah, I don't know why that happens sometimes with the Manhandla boss specifically. Sometimes, even though I didn't get all 4 of the heads with the boomerang, he still ends up in this weak point state. I'm not complaining, mind you, I just find it weird. Oh yeah, by the way, we won. You utterly defeated Manhandla. Cool. Link, there was no reason to do that. No one was around. I'd better remember that. I feel like that's a you'd better remember that thing, but whatever. By the way, I think they changed his musical cue too, now I'm thinking about it. I remember it played Under Siege when this scene happened. Wait. Oh, that's a red flag. Zelda, that's... Oh, that means Sheik, that's... Yeah, so now Sia has all 3 pieces of the Triforce. That means she can get any wish she wants, right? That means she's gonna wish for a pizza dinosaur, right? By the way, I highly recommend not playing this game on this game with headphones, considering some of the sounds they make. I listen to Sia in particular. Like, Jesus Christ, I don't understand why they had to do that, but you know what? Whatever. Alright, so Sia is actually... So remember that whole, like... fragments were stored between time and space. Oh god, not Skyward Sword! Well, Ganon's using the power of the Triforce here to summon all of those eras that were hidden behind space and time. Hey, the bridge from Twilight Princess! So yeah, that's actually what's going on here. All of the eras that Link stored the fragments of evil... Sia summoning them. Well, more Ganon's doing it because she's just being the puppet, I guess you could say. So yep, there's 1. 2. And 3. So yeah, that means Ganondorf has 3 fragments of his soul now. Yeah. You'd think Link would put together a more secure lock or something like that to prevent this, but I guess 3 out of 4 is not enough to be a threat, so it doesn't matter. Okay then. Yeah. Oh, now they're recapping what just happened.
Already claimed the Triforce of Power. From Link, she stole the Triforce of Courage. The Triforce of Wisdom was the birthright of the royal family of Hyrule. Yet Sheik bore it when Sia attacked. Once Sia possessed all the pieces of the Triforce...
In all honesty, I kind of wish they made different facing directional portraits for this. I know it would look weird, but you know, it looks weird at the fact that you would think that they would have Sia and Link facing each other, but it's just a minor thing to me. It's not like, oh, this is the worst game of all time. Why am I playing this? The worst game of all time I'm going to be playing next anyway, so... Actually, I don't know if I'm playing that game next. Actually, okay, you know what, I'm giving Shadow the Hedgehog way too much shit, but it's been years since I last played it, but you know what, I still hate that game.
Sia had inflicted on their land. With time growing short, Link and his allies split up to handle all 3 gates simultaneously.
That's always a great idea, huh?
Close their gate and return safely.
Nah, that means someone's gonna die. I'm just kidding. So yeah. So remember that back in Fire Emblem Warriors where we had to split, there was a point when the team split up and we had to do the same campaign 3 times? Okay, half of that is true in this game. We actually have to split up 3 ways. This time, however, all 3 of the pathways are different and they're all interesting. I actually really love this split up because now we have to travel to the Ocarina of Time era, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword era. All 3 of them have somewhat different plots. The main overarching thing is that we have to close the Gate of Souls, but it doesn't feel the same because all of them have their own twists. Well, okay, Link's doesn't. So Link goes to Skyloft, Impa and Sheik go to Ocarina, and Lana goes to Twilight Princess. But in Impa and Lana's path, you learn more. You learn more about Lana, and you learn more about Sheik, even though you already knew who Sheik was, considering that I, 1, spoiled it already in this Let's Play, and 2, if you've played Ocarina of Time, you know where this was going. But yeah, so the next time we meet in Hyrule Warriors, we're going to begin the split off. I'm going to be doing the split off in terms of the intended order from the developers, because yeah, it's one of those instances where you can do all 3 in any order, I believe. But I think they encourage that you do the Ocarina, and then Twilight Princess, and then Skyward Sword, match the timeline, I guess, to some extent. But anyway, see you guys next time for more I'm about to say Skyward Sword. See you guys next time for more Hyrule Warriors, and take care.